7 p.m. on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. We are going to open the administrative board meeting. Seems awfully fast this month, doesn't it? Short month. If you would please do a roll call.
I have trustees Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
William Luxinger is absent, Nathan Mize,
Here.
John Christensen,
Here.
Bill Motisi,
Here.
President Rick Worm,
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabini,
Here.
I clerk Sandy Mize, I'm here, Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie,
Here.
Park Supervisor Nathan Hell.
Here.
All right.
Motion to let William Lushlinger participate remotely due to work.
Second.
John makes a motion to allow William Luxinger to attend remotely due to work. Jen seconds. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes 701.
William,
I'm here.
all right,
All right, first thing on the agenda this evening, second thing on the agenda technically is the consent agenda. On the consent agenda is item 1, January 25th, 2022 administrative board minutes. Item 2, bills payable warrant list dated February 22nd, 2022. Item 3, resolution number 22-04, resolution approving and authorizing execution of agreement with Sunset Cinemas of Princeton LLC. Entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1, 2, and 3 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further,
Oh, sorry, I do need to back you up. I forgot to ask. This time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of the items from the agenda for further the consent agenda for further consideration?
Nope.
Continue with your motion, please.
I move to place agenda items 1, 2, and 3 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as the consent agenda.
Second.
Then makes a motion to place items 1 through 3 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
First motion passes 702.
I move to adopt items 1, 2, and 3 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 3 inclusively as the consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yeah.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
That motion passes 703. We do not need item C. We had nothing removed for further review. We want to report to the officers and myself. We have the fuel report, water report in the packet. Are there any questions on either of those? No, we'll move on. Sandy?
The FOIA report is also in the packet if there's any questions. Not hearing any. I've also received a request from a resident to consider a new ordinance with regard to drainage. I told the resident that I would bring it to the board's attention and then you guys can make decisions going forward. The resident is having problems with the neighbor's water spout draining onto their property, and they have requested that the village adopt an ordinance prohibiting this and demanding that all properties be drained to the drainage ditches in the front of the homes where applicable.
Didn't we have something like this before?
Had this issue before, we had David investigate it. It's already in a law that they cannot directly disperse their water runoff onto another property. It's got to go towards the road, and it's a civil issue.
Can't drain, I believe it's within 2 feet of the property line.
So the resident has spoken with 3 employees today, and all 3 of us shared the exact same information that William has shared. And so I did tell her that I would just confirm with the board that there was no desire to do a village ordinance to already state what the other one was, and that to confirm that this is still a civil matter and the village just doesn't have any interest in adopting what already exists.
Yeah, and the natural runoff is typically in between the houses anyway, so you'd have to point it away. You'd have to point it the way it's pointed anyway to get it into the center, the runoff.
We're supposed to have the natural flow of water It's not supposed to be directed in either direction, off your property. Yeah, so and we've always had that, as long as I know. And if anybody does redirect or misdirect, whatever they do with that water flow, I haven't heard about it and I haven't had any complaints on it. And if it does happen, it might be a civil matter, perhaps between the two neighbors. However, if an ordinance was violated, that we have, correct on that? We don't have anything in directing with the water flow,
We
that you
don't,
can't do that?
that's what William was saying, is that we don't need to because state law already does.
Right, okay. Then who would enforce that?
It's a civil matter between
The
the
state would,
parties.
the state wouldn't come in because they don't have, I mean, they got jurisdiction over it, but they won't do anything about it.
Just kind of like there's a bunch of laws that they have jurisdiction over, but
Yeah.
don't do anything because they're there for the civil parties to
Mm-hmm.
enforce against each other.
The neighbors need to work it out amongst themselves.
Okay,
That's where I'm at.
all right, I will pass that along. And
Read that
then,
multiple times.
Brenda's gonna hold down the fort the majority of the rest of this week. I have a Northwestern Illinois Municipal Clerks Association meeting tomorrow, and then I'm in a webinar the rest of the week. So if you need anything, shoot me an email. That's it.
All right, Brenda.
No, I don't have anything right now.
All right, under the committees, community development events, Jen.
I have a bunch of things I'm working on. So we are having our Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 9th, and we'll start registration at 10 and the hunt will start at 11. We have the community blood drive, which is normally on, excuse me, on like a Thursday. But because we had to cancel it back in December due to their worker shortage, the only available slots I could pick from were either Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And so I picked May 31st because I was hoping maybe we'd have a really good turnout since it was kind of the start of summer. And then we have community garage sales coming up on June 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then we will have the electronic recycling on June 12th for those who want to bring in their electronics.
June 12th.
Yep,
We're gonna do that in conjunction with Stillman Valley. I'm sorry, I forgot to show that.
yep. So we will do those with Stillman.
Same, it'll
It'll be,
Hold on, for everybody out there in the public, that this is the same. I assume. you know this shit, right?
Public Works
Public
Building.
Works
Yes, the Public Works Building
On 72.
on 72, just down the road from the west. The gas
Cross from
station.
Dollar General.
Across from Dollar General, just down the road from the gas station.
Sandy, did Stillman or Byron confirm, are they gonna do garage sales on the same dates?
I have not spoken with
Okay.
them. I do know that Byron is interested in still trying to do something for, Byron
6:10.
and Stillman are still interested in doing something for 6:10
Mhm.
to promote our communities, but I'm not sure when they've scheduled things.
Okay.
yet.
That is all.
Jen, is bulk pickup gonna be that Wednesday after the community garage sales then?
Bulk trash pickup will be the Wednesday after, which would be the 15th.
Sounds about right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right, finance, William.
I believe this is for closed session.
Correct.
No emergency expenditures.
None.
All right. Ordinance enforcement, Bill.
Yes, just share some information and also seek some information from the board. Had a meeting with the Sheriff Van Vickle, and that was reference the radar signs that we've had, throughout the village time to time. And that also the, I wanted to get more information from him because I told him, I said, I think these things are really good and they do work. And then, and he gave me some further information, and I got in contact with Zach Altman. And speaking with him, Apparently, the feds are giving, everybody, all the municipalities and the villages and nonprofit or organizations and stuff like that. I guess there's $500,000 to distribute out.
No.
Is that what?
Look at Brenda. Brenda will be the one to answer that, but no.
Okay, I didn't know who was. Okay.
Brenda handles all the
Yeah,
finance.
Okay, good. Anyway,
Now is
yeah, go ahead,
not for
Brenda.
Safety.
Pardon me?
One grant we're getting now is not for safety, it's for water, wastewater and
Right,
broadband.
but okay, when I talked with Zach, I guess we'll know more by March 1st, that it will apply not only to your roads like we're doing, but it will apply to these radar signs that, I wanted to get before, but we didn't have the money for it.
But we talked about those, Bill, and we have to get IDOT's approval and they will not approve them.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
What sign?
The radar signs.
Those digital
Speed
speed
limit
signs.
Yeah, the
We
speed.
have one.
Yeah, that's all we got is one, but we can
a
have
trailer,
more.
Yes, but we're talking about like the signs that you can get and put them on the post. Stillman had gotten some, and I had talking to the vendor at IML too, but IDOT has to approve them.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'll probably have to get back with, well, Zach's gonna get a hold of me and give me some more information, but I guess something around March 1st, a grant process is gonna be started and we can apply. Is that true? I don't know, but I'm led to believe that it is. And I want direction from the board. I'd like to see if we can get any of these things and put them up. And also ask you, where the heck would you like to put some of these besides, down which roads, like 72?
We can't
Main
put them
Street.
on 72, Bill, without IDOT
Yeah,
approval.
okay. But we've got other places we can. Now, any place that, on 72, we control some of that speed limit, or no, we don't control any of it at all. Because we got into that before when.
The highway.
Yeah, it's a highway. So, anyway, that, I'd like to see if we can get some of these, and I'll let you guys know, what else I find out. And, who's our road guy? Chris?
Didn't we have a study that,
Yes.
because we asked for them to slow the speed limit down through town and they said there was no need?
They did it.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking
They
about
actually
the
said that they
study.
should increase it through town, 72.
Yeah, they did
Yeah,
the 40 mile per hour or the 55 mile per hour past park, but that's. not
Right,
what
but
it
I
is.
thought we had asked if
Yeah.
there was a need to slow it down now that we had gotten bigger. And they
Yeah.
said there was no need.
They wanted to increase it.
Yeah, they wanted to increase it.
Right.
Increase the speed or shorten the distance.
Mhm.
Bill, it
Yes,
would be
go ahead.
helpful if you could obtain the name of the grant so that we can look and see if we even are
okay.
eligible for it.
All right, well, I'll have to get with Zach again. And I hope this is true. And if there's anything in there for it, I sure as heck like to see us get something out of it. Let me see what else. Let's see. Chris, you're our road guy, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I'll probably try to get with you, let you know what's developing on this and see if you got some locations or other ideas.
Sandy sent forward to me the grants that are going out between the federal government and IDOT. And I haven't seen any that would apply to your signs, but I'm not an expert on grants. So.
Well, we'll find out more and I'll let,
If they know of anything at the next time they join the meeting. That's the first, right?
Yep, he'll be here next Tuesday.
So he'll be here next Tuesday.
who's going to be here next week?
Matt from Willett Hoffman.
Oh, okay.
He can look into whether or not there's a grant that would,
Are you going to meet with him here sometime?
He's gonna
You will be at the
Well,
meeting.
Oh, well, okay, all right. So Matt also has some knowledge on this stuff too. Is that correct?
I hope so. I hope he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Matt might not specifically know. He might have to ask somebody because
Yeah.
Matt doesn't do roads. But he can ask
He's a
the
good point of
right
reference.
person. Yes, yeah, he's the contact guy. He can look into it for us.
Okay, let's see. If you don't have anything for me, Rick, I guess that's it.
All right.
I don't know anything
Go on
else.
to parks, John?
Nate, got some discussion for us tonight?
Sure. Reviewing the equipment replacement schedule, there are two pieces of equipment scheduled for replacement this year. One of our small tractors And you'll see I received 2 quotes from Johnson Tractor and Bobcat. Bobcat of Rockford was $100 cheaper. So I'd recommend we purchase this small tractor from Bobcat. And then on the second item, the 72-inch mower.
Hold on, hold on. Can you get them to just vote on that one and then we can move on?
Yep.
Because I have them as 2 separate line
What was
items.
the amount for Bob?
$12,250.90.
We all scribbled.
It is on.
It's
the
in-
record.
I know, my next door.
You can see it.
John,
John, it's your motion.
Are we ready?
on that one,
I'll go ahead and make a motion for approval of resolution number 22-05, a resolution approving and authorization, execution of quote from Bobcat of Rockford for purchase of Kubota 3901 HSC tractor in the amount of $12,250.90.
Second.
John makes a motion to approve resolution number 2205, purchase a tractor from Bobcat of Rockford, in the amount of $12,250.90. Chris seconds. Roll call, please.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Sorry, Nate. Now you can do the next one.
Okay, excellent.
Right, motion passes 7-0.
On the second item, there's a little bit of explanation because I do only have 1 quote for that tractor, or excuse me, mower. We're replacing an Exmark mower, which is somewhat limited dealerships. So I called Dave down at Johnson Tractor. He got me this quote. We'll trade in our vehicle. I called Meridian and they said they would not quote me because there is only 1 dealership in the region that will be receiving this type of mower, and that is Johnson Tractor. So we are pretty much, in order to replace like for like, stuck with this quote because they're the only ones who are going to be receiving that model, specifically a diesel model mower in the region. So, yeah, and that's following the 3-year, the replacement interval on the equipment schedule.
Is there a reason why we're specifically replacing with the exact, with like item for item and not branching off to something else?
Sure. The Exmark mowers are extremely well built and I found them to be very, very, very good for what we do as far as like the finish mowing for athletic fields and that sort of thing.
So you would say that it's your belief that this is the best bang for our buck or the best option for what?
Well, the best, yeah, the best, we've used them in the past. We've used them for years.
Okay.
We have Johnson, a relationship with Johnson Tractor. So as far, and we also have other Exmark mowers, so interchangeability of filters, parts and that sort of thing.
I believe we've
Blade.
tried other mowers too, and they didn't work as well.
We have, the Meridian guy kept trying to get me to buy another brand and I said, no,
We tried Kubota, didn't we?
Yeah.
We have.
we do. So, this mower is top, is a very high quality mower for what we need. Especially with the finish mowing for athletic fields and stuff.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and make a motion for resolution number 22-06, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quote from Johnson Tractor for the purchase of Exmark mower for $7,999.
John makes a motion to approve resolution number 2206 to purchase a mower from Johnson Tractor, the amount of $7,999.00. Chris seconds. Is there any discussion? And being money, roll call, please.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
That motion passes at 7:19.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan, for looking in and getting that all done for us. That's all I have.
All right, streets, Chris.
Fergie and I did a pre-construction conference for the bridge on 72. Sorry, on 251 south. Today, apparently their tentative date for start construction.
Chris, you gotta speak in your microphone. I can barely hear you.
Who,
You.
who can be?
It's hard to hear you.
I can hear you. I can barely hear you.
What?
You got marbles.
So their tentative start date for the construction on the bridge will be March 18th, assuming they get all their approvals.
Now, that's gonna be completely shut down, correct?
180 days.
Right, but it's gonna be
Yes.
completely shut
Yes,
down.
For
Okay.
180 days.
Wow.
We need to probably start taking the public away.
Well, they actually said that they were going to, what did he exactly?
Yeah, they'll
say?
put a digital sign out there a week
We
before.
still need.
Yeah, but I mean,
what
he
they'll
also
do.
said they were gonna make.
Yes,
some
they
kind
do.
of
Yes, they make, yes.
And they actually had two different ones. And I can't remember exactly what they.
You said
pertained to,
March
But they were
18th?
gonna make a couple
Yes.
different announcements. But we probably should tell everybody. That's why I'm saying it tonight too. Anybody, for all the hundreds of people who watched the meeting.
And it reminded me of the other way out.
What's that?
It reminded me of the other way out of
Well,
town.
they're gonna have a marked detour, which is gonna take everybody down to 39 and then to 64. So that's gonna be their marked detour, but they did mention their Good Neighbor
where?
program where again, we're supposed to go through from Big Mound to North Junction Roads, and we're supposed to, get recorded or whatever, just make sure that there are, if there's any damage from the detour because obviously local people are gonna take the detour. It's the quickest way around. Big Mound, one way or another is the way to go around it. So,
Big Mound can just go straight to Killbuck or whatever.
yeah, you could, that's one way around, or if you're coming to Davis Junction, like, anybody who's in the mobile home park there, if they wanna come to town, they're gonna have to come Big Mound to Junction Road, that's,
Just for
anybody
Dollar General.
local is gonna go around
So
that way.
unless there's a train or.
Right.
crossing the subdivision.
That's
Well,
gonna
then you
make it
just
even
go one
harder
more
to get
road
around
down
the
And
and-
bridge.
again, I hope somebody was there from the school district as well,
I don't know. I don't
because the
think so.
busing is going to be a nightmare in 3 weeks.
They notify every.
All right.
That they did, but I don't think there was any, I mean, they had MediaCom there, they had all kinds of.
But they said they will notify fire, police,
Yes,
schools, you
yes,
name it,
they did.
everybody they
That was the
notify.
second.
Man, that's gonna be.
All right.
Anyway,
That's-
that's,
You're talking mid-September for completion.
yeah, they said.
That's all with good weather for this 180 days of good weather.
That's a lot of.
Yeah,
stinking
That's a lot of.
it's a government, yeah. But it is civil
I see
engineering
how
running it,
that's
so
hard.
might be fine. That's all for me.
All right.
Unless Fergie has something. to add.
I do not, thank you.
Utilities, Nathan?
The service line program mailers are going out. The initial letter will be mailed on 2/28, end of the month. And the followed by reminder emails on 3/20 a month later. Anticipation the letters will begin arriving in mailbox 1 or 2 weeks after that. And so everyone should have the information and the program should be available for the residents.
You want to remind people what that is?
The warranty programs on the water line stuff that we approved a couple months ago. So are going to go into effect and be available to our residents.
And we
Well,
just-
they're available now. Technically, it's just the letters and the information about it won't be out.
Last Tuesday, we celebrated 20 years in our house, so yeah, probably a good thing to have at this.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt and trees are growing and things are happening now and roots have found their way into things, I'm sure. So, or at least the beginning portions of all that. So depending what you have in your yard. So these things, and then for the older part of town, this is something that's, that's a great opportunity for them if they don't already have it through their insurance providers. So that takes care of that. And then next we have one second so I can say it correctly. The replacements needed for an 8-inch vertical flow meter replacement, prop assembly for our pump 1, is that, or pump 2? Pump 2 needs some work. And the cost is $3,050. The bid was proposal by Water Parks Company.
Read that out.
So what this is, I guess I can let Fergie, if you want to explain it a little bit better, but The pumps are just, it's broken and it needs to be fixed?
It's the meter for well 2 that is at well 1. So basically this, we will replace this and be able to hook it into the SCADA.
Right.
Through 420. So yes, that's,
So.
Yep.
And it's just something that needs to be updated and fixed?
Yep.
Going forward.
Your motion,
Anybody have any questions?
Well, we
come
wouldn't
in
do that.
discussion.
That's after the motion.
All right. I make a motion for approval of the Water Specialties 8-inch vertical flow meter replacement prop assembly for serial number
Eh,
9.
good.
I'm sorry.
Just read it as motion to approve resolution number and
I'm sorry.
leave out the rest.
All right on that list.
Discussion and possible approval for resolution number 22-07, a resolution approving the authorization and execution of a quote from Water Products Company for well number 2, 8-inch meter replacement located in well number 2,
One.
or 1, sorry, 1.
I'll
Yeah, it's
second
confusing because it's 2 in 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Second
Meter-
as
meter for
amended.
2 and 1. John second. All right, so then Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 22-07, approving the purchase of a 8-inch meter from Water Products Company in the amount of $3,050. John seconds. Is there any discussion?
Yes. Do we have any spare parts or pumps or whatever we're gonna replace here up on the shelf?
No.
We don't? I thought we had something that was going to, before
Just
that was
the,
broken up, right?
no, not for this. No, we don't stock something like this.
It's for parts that we.
Well,
have.
should we?
I think of the other.
Should we? So we don't have to be behind it? If this thing blew, what's gonna happen?
How often
No,
do we
it's,
have to
no,
replace it?
there's no issues. I mean, it's not working currently. We don't, it's not a big deal right now because we use the meter that's at well 2. But
Okay.
in order to tie this into the SCADA, we're going to replace it since we're doing the SCADA upgrade.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I mean, right now, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really pay to have a $3,000 meter.
If
sitting on the
if
shelf
This
for-
fails, it just doesn't meter the water. If a sewage
Yep.
pump fails,
Yeah.
it causes problems.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's all I had.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes,
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yeah.
Nathan.
Yes.
Motion passes at 7:27. Anything further, Nathan?
Yeah, that is it.
We can talk about anything you want. You've got the floor.
No, that's it for me. I'm talked out at the moment.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody have anything on economic development? Other than all the buildings going up around us?
It's marvelous. Just
Does the guy who's building the,
Yes,
yeah, does he know that the bridge is gonna be out for 6 months?
yeah, he stood right there and said he's not concerned
we
about
got-
it.
We had a conversation about that.
I couldn't remember.
He
Well,
doesn't believe it's
yeah.
gonna impact. his
I-
business.
And maybe it won't.
It defers flow to him, doesn't it? So everyone
would
that gets to
think.
go
Well, yeah,
around
but if they
now
go
has to
around-
drive past him.
Yeah, unless they go the other way towards Love.
but you're still gonna have local.
Yeah.
It's gonna affect.
Because they
people.
actually said that, they're gonna have construction on 39 too, so they.
Oh,
Gotcha.
That's just beautiful.
And he mentioned, and they mentioned, the construction at Love's, so they thought that, between.
Welcome to
between
Chicago.
two- Well, yeah, that it was.
They'll
gonna
just-
cause a few delays.
They'll just come around like everybody else and go up
It's gonna feel like Chicago.
251.
They won't be coming down 72, that's.
You never know if they go around the big mound way.
Winter's almost over.
Yeah, no, that'd be fine. I'm just, they, especially if they go from on Killbuck or whatever.
Right.
But, they just mentioned that. And I thought
All right,
All right. Excuse me.
Bill.
On this, I don't know if this goes in our economic development committee or not, but whatever happened, I haven't heard any more about our Wi-Fi or whatever this, the fibers or whatever we're gonna do for our residents. What's happening on that?
Sheriff? I don't think we're.
There hasn't been any more.
There has not been any progress and we are not the only municipality that has not heard any progress.
It's just when we had to go back because we wanted some other things put in the contract.
We didn't
Or-
even get that far.
Oh,
No,
we really?
Yeah,
Well,
they've
we're-
kind of disappeared.
yeah, their cards are right here. We're just
Yeah.
waiting for their response.
Yeah, but we're not the only municipality that has occurred with at the moment.
Was this a test market for these people and we caught them? Or they can't meet our,
I think
Our
they're in the
demands?
communities already, they're just not.
Yeah, the communities that are part of the Northern Illinois Mayors Association, I've talked to a few of them and they haven't heard anything further from them either. They've kind of all just stopped communication at this moment. So maybe they're focusing on other areas and they'll circle back to us when they're ready.
apply to.
Well, I don't know if people call me every once in a while, and even I myself would like to make some changes. And I don't know if I should go ahead or just wait around and,
Changes to what? Don't mind me
Broadband.
asking.
Probably his personal Wi-Fi.
Okay. I mean, you can always change it again if something better comes along. I mean, usually those contracts don't last very long, so, I mean,
we don't, but the
choose
thing
what's
right
best
now,
available.
we don't
now.
have anything better coming along than what we have now.
Why would you leave?
What, John?
Why would you leave if you got a good one? Keep supporting it.
I don't know if we have a good one. I just thought the other one was supposed to be better somehow. And competition, is always good, as
Oh,
long as it's
definitely.
working.
I agree with you on competition. Definitely a good thing.
I think that new gas station will prove.
Yeah,
Competition is good.
Gas station.
Anything else in economic development? Public?
Nothing.
We ready?
Say that without sounding like Ron White.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to go into closed session under 2C1, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational or educational setting, or a volunteer of the public body, or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity.
Second,
John makes a motion to go into the closed session under section 2C1. Jen seconds. All in favor?
Nope.
Now let you roll call.
Aye.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
yes.
Bill,
Yeah.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
7:32.
All right, I'm gonna.
What did you say?
He doesn't know.
Now,
You gotta
can
look
you
at the
hear me?
camera.
All right, I'm using the audio off of the camera, so we're gonna have to be a little bit more louder than normal.
Please speak louder as you.
No, you do not need to be louder.
All right.
All right, so as I mentioned, we're gonna need a motion to approve the compensation to begin on May 1st of 2022 for the employees as follows. Brody Cook will make $14 an hour. Andrew Forsper will make $12 an hour. Harvey Pollock, $12 an hour. Ben Claren, $14.25. Caleb Fleming, $14. Grant McClendon, $14.25. Bill White, $16.83. Kyle Magnuson, $23.36. George Gallardo, $21.18. Luke Centera, $18 an hour. Brent Weaver, $30.99. And Sarah Leffel-Holtz at $14.83.
I'll make a motion
Set forth by
to
Sandy.
set forth by Sandy starting May 1st.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adjust the compensation of the employees as set forth by Sandy. John seconds. Is there any discussion?
Yes. Moving forward, I would prefer this process, the negotiations or what we just did is fine. I'd prefer to put it in a document and just put it in the packet rather than read the rate wages allowed in the motion.
Yeah, John's right. The reason I avoid that is because it is foiable then.
So is this audio. It's all foiable and you got to publish the rate anyways.
Yes.
It's relevant.
But it's foiable prior to us approving it because it's a board packet.
Not when it's a draft document.
I'll discuss with you later.
We're the only place I'm aware of in municipal government that reads the raises in
Yeah.
a motion.
Either way,
Is that necessary?
discussion on the raises
What?
and roll call, please.
Bill,
Keep this moving.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:57.
All right. The motion for supervisor compensation increases, I'm gonna do these in two different sections. I will do,
First three.
I was gonna do the first three and
Thanks,
then,
that'd
yeah,
be great.
yep, nope, that's why I'm gonna do them in two different sections. So I will need a motion to approve the compensation of Nathan Hill at $30 an hour, Brett Fergie at $33 an hour, and Sandy Maz at $65,508.89, starting May 1st.
I'll make
a motion as set forth by Sandy to start May 1st for supervisors.
Jen makes a motion to approve supervisor compensation set forth by Sandy. John seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill.
You didn't call me?
I just said Bill.
Oh, okay.
Is that yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion passes 7:59.
And then the last, I did forget to briefly mention this. I am gonna ask that Brenda start April 1st because our new software, people will be here for 3 solid weeks in April. So it'd be beneficial if she could be here. So I would like the compensation for Brenda Onabini, or motion to approve the compensation for Brenda Onabini at $65,000 a year, starting April 1st of 2022,
And moving her to full
and
time.
moving her to a full-time position.
I'll make a motion as set forth by Sandy, makes Brenda a full-time employee, starting April 1st.
Second.
Jen makes a motion for Brenda's full-time employment and compensation. John's set forth by Sandy, seconded by John. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Abstain.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Motion passes 8 PM.
That's all William and I had.
All right. Anybody else have anything before we close? Public back?
Nope.
Second.
Chris makes a motion to adjourn. John seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. We're adjourned at 8 PM.